Caring for somebody that doesn't care for themselves or about themselves. It's a difficult question. I know that there have been times in my life where I have wanted to not seek, or talk about my issues or get help simply because it feels like it's going to hurt too much to do that. I'm going to have to dig up some trauma to make people understand what I'm going through. But I think that that's a little bit different from caring for somebody who has seemingly given up caring, has seemingly chosen to believe that nobody cares for them, they aren't worth it, they don't know what to do for that person. You're caring for them. You don't know what to do. You want to do something. They keep rebuffing you. You feel like you've done everything. So what do you do? Let's have a chat about this. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's dive in, see what happens. Welcome to Mark My Words. Mark My Words is the story of my journey from a place where I was shattered to where I could live again. Alrighty, so the question was brought up to me this week. How do you care for somebody that doesn't care for themselves anymore? It ties itself in with another question I was asked at the police academy. They said, you've got somebody in front of you, they're hurting, but they don't want to tell you what's going on. I think in 99.9% of the time, they do want to tell you. Well, not necessarily you, but they want to tell somebody. They are in a position where they don't believe that anybody wants to help them. They're in a position where they don't feel like anybody can help them. But the problem is you're not giving up. You are still persisting. So what do you do? It is a massive question. And I'm just going to tell you what I've done through my own experience. And this has shown to me to work in some situations. And let's be honest, I can come up with the best piece of advice in the world that might be really, really great for one person, but for another person, it's horrible. It's terrible. So all I'm trying to do is create a conversation. So maybe you disagree with me, and that's fine. Tell me why. Let's discuss it. Let's find out in what situations things work and things that don't work. So for me, it is about persistence. It is about not just showing up one day, it's showing up the next day and showing up the day after. And it's about being consistent. Consistency is this thing that is completely undervalued in our world. Somebody saying that they're going to do something and then doing it is powerful. And we've kind of relegated that power by just assuming that that is not a quality that we need in people. The power of somebody's word, the trust that somebody will have in you because you've told them that they can. It's not a value that's taught very much anymore. It's something we talk about in our own house. Say what you mean and do what you mean to do. Don't lie about it. Don't try and pussyfoot around it. The same if you've done something wrong. If you've made a mistake, own up to it. I did this. It was bad. I am sorry. So let's talk about consistency. And especially after the cop asked me the question, they've got somebody in front of them that's clearly in pain. They don't want to tell you what's going on. What do you want to do? What do you need to do? And I said kind of flippantly, but I meant it, that person probably really does want to tell somebody what's going on. Now, they might be putting a price on whether they're going to tell you. Are you going to be there for me? Are you going to support me? Are you somebody that's just going to listen to me and dismiss me? Or are you somebody that genuinely cares? Now, I know that it's not easy when you've got somebody that is like, I don't want to help you, can't help me, don't help me. I get that. I've been there. I've done that. But what I'm talking about is if you show up consistently, not when they're in crisis, when they're out of crisis, and you continue the same conversation, you keep having the same conversation. Mate, I'm worried about you. I think you need some help. "Oh, I don't want to talk about it today." No worries. I'll come back tomorrow. Mate, how are you doing today? "Oh, I'm doing a bit better. Mate, I'm really concerned about how you were yesterday. And I feel like we need to, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk." Okay, no problem. Come back the next day. "How you feeling today?" "Oh, I feel really good." "Mate, I'm glad, and that makes me very happy, but I'd love to talk to you about the last couple of days. You've seemed really low, man. What's going on?" That renewed, continual, consistent decision to care that they can see. Because, in your own mind, you're like, "I'm going to talk to him today. I'm going to talk to him today." But if you don't do it, they don't know that you've decided that, and it means nothing. Now, there are going to be people that are listening to this and they're going to say, "Mark, you don't understand. I've done that over and over and over." And you probably have. I'm not negating that. I'm not saying that you haven't done that. What I will ask you, though, is how you've done it. Now, I was having a conversation with a guy once, clearly in a mental health crisis, clearly struggling with his mental health. I was talking to him. I didn't mention mental health. I didn't mention PTSD. I just said, "Mate, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you." He comes back, "Oh, don't talk to me about that mental health crap. That's not me. I don't have that problem." No worries. Came back to him a couple of days later. "How you doing, man?" "Oh, I'm all right." "Well, mate, I'm still worried about you. Still concerned." "Oh, you don't understand. I don't have that mental health." Sure. No problem at all. Come back the next day. "How you doing, man? I am really, really worried about you. I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about you. It breaks my heart to see you in pain, and I wish I could do something for you." What you've done there is you've changed the conversation, changed it from them. Yeah, he might be sick. He or she might be sick of thinking about themselves, clearly don't want to talk about themselves. Fine. Let's talk about how your health is affecting me. And not in an accusatory way, because that's not going to work, but in a gentle way. "Mate, I'm concerned about you. I really struggled to go to sleep last night because I was thinking about you." Consistency, letting them know that it's having an impact on you, which is a big thing. It's something that we shy away from. In most cases, it's not necessary. And you have to be wise in how you use this. But when you've come to the end of the rope, when you've come to a place where nothing else has worked, that's what an intervention is all about. An intervention is about discussing how your behavior is affecting me. That's why it's so powerful. Because, yes, it's about your behavior. Yes, it's about your struggle, but it's about me and how I'm feeling and how it's hurting me. Now, of course, you can't walk up to somebody in pain and just go, "Oh, it hurts me to see you like this. Oh, I'm just good. It breaks my heart." They're in a lot of pain already. They don't want to hear that. But if you bring it up in just the quiet and gentle way, "Mate, I'm really concerned about you. I was thinking about you the other day. It breaks my heart that you're going through this." Now, on top of this, I would add, and you'll hear me say it over and over and again, I'm unashamed, and I've stolen it from a friend, and she knows, and I've told her that I'm stealing it on often, but it's her thing, and it's this idea that friends can't fix friends. Extrapolate that a little bit. You can't fix a loved one. Loved ones can't fix loved ones. You just can't. As much as you want to, you can't. But what can you do? You can love them, you can support them, you can push them, you can coach them, you can try and model good behavior, but you can't fix them. You don't have the skills, the equipment to do that. But that's why there's so many help lines out there. Your lifelines, your Beyond Blues, your men's links, you know, the list is endless now. In that kind of situation, I see my job as getting that person to get help. And whether that means I hold them by the hand and I drag them somewhere, or I call up Lifeline while they're in front of me and I say, "G'day, mate, my name's Mark. I'm here with a guy that's really struggling, and we were wondering if you could help him," and hand the phone over. Maybe it means going with them to a doctor's appointment. "So, GP appointment, why are you both here?" "Well, I'm their friend and I'm really concerned about their mental health. And I brought them here today to try and get them some help." I have heard of people that have done that and done it extremely successfully. Now, let's talk about the feelings that you're going to have, because they're your loved one. They're somebody that you care for. It is going to hurt you to see them go through this. It is going to suck. It's going to be horrible, but it's not your fault. And I would go even further to say that it's not your responsibility. That is a massive statement. And let me quantify it. Let me clarify it. I have a child who is 21 years old. They continue to make decisions that I'm not a fan of, but it's their decision. It's their choice. As much as it hurts me, as much as I know the decisions, the bad things that are going to happen from their decisions, it's still their decisions and I have to let them make them. But I can't feel any guilt around that. I can't take it on myself, because that child is making decisions that it's their right to make. I mean, I've brought up children to be independent and strong and know their own minds and follow their conscience. And that's what they're doing. And even if their conscience is leading them down a road that is terrible, I have to respect that they've made that choice. Now, I don't just stand there and watch it happen. I try and signpost it. I try and make suggestions. I try to influence them. I remind them that I love them, that I have their best interest at heart, and I would never let anybody hurt them. But if they choose to ignore all of that, then that's on them. And believe me, a couple of the decisions that they made could have ended up terribly, amazingly badly. But I can't lock her in a room. I can't make them not make the decisions they're going to make. Now, if the worst case scenario happened, I would be devastated, but I would not feel guilty, because I've done everything that I can, everything that was in my power. And that's the crux of it, isn't it? Do you feel guilty? Is it your fault? Now, let's be clear. If you're an abusive parent that's beaten your children, it's your fault. But I guarantee that that kind of person is not going to be listening to a show like this. The decisions that the loved ones around us make are not our fault. If we've done in our hearts, if we know that we've done the best that we possibly could, we need to take guilt out of the equation. And that's partly why you can't fix a loved one, because you're so emotionally involved that you can't be unbiased. Can't look at a problem for what it is. You can't speak the truth in all circumstances because you love them. So, my suggestion, if you're trying to care for somebody that doesn't care for themselves, know your limitations, know what you can and can't do, know that it's not on you to fix them, know that it is not your fault. Be consistent And don't feel guilty if negative things happen. It is not your fault. As hard as it is to hear that. And I'm a parent of a child that's self-harmed. Believe me, I know what you're going through. The guilt that you feel. Where did I let them down? Why do they feel like this is a valid expression to harm themselves? What did I do wrong? That's why I can't fix my daughter. I can love her. I can support her. I can be there for her. I can give her advice. I can prompt her. But in the end, her decisions are her decisions. I know that my wife is struggling with this a lot. And she's kind of amazed at how much I can divorce myself from the emotion of feeling guilt and bitterness over decisions that our child makes. It is not easy. But in the end, if you can't stay on your own 2 feet, if you can't be strong enough to care for them, nobody else will may be able to. So what that means is you've got to take care of yourself. Got to make sure that you can still keep standing. You don't send somebody that can't swim in to save somebody from drowning. You're just compounding the problem. Call a lifeguard. Call somebody who knows what they're doing. And that might be incrementally. Might be a family member that will take them to the doctor, the GP. So there it is. That's how I would answer that question. Very long answer to a short question. Hey, I do hope you'll have a great week. We copped a lot of flack for last week's podcast. I'll leave the link up above. I'd love for you to have a listen. Tell me what you think. It made a lot of people really, really angry, which kind of didn't surprise me, but yeah. You can like, share, subscribe. You can support us financially on Patreon. I appreciate you listening, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Mark My Words. I'd like to thank my producer, Meredith Brosnan, and also Torian, Kevin, and Lorraine. And I can't forget the band Adelaide, who allows us to use their song as our theme.